man. I'll do what I
Think
do.
about it, like when Mansa Musa came.
Grade tribe, the Romia tribe, and they're same old song, fighting over land, ethnic cleansing, not respecting the humanity. They even would like rape these women over there, and they tell them, "Hey, the reason why you're getting raped right now is because you are of this tribe, and if you renounce this tribe, then you will be in a better position." But it's the same tools of division used to justify conquest.
Yeah, might equals right, basically. In other words, and it's a savage world we live in, and it's always been like this. Why do you think, and I'm gonna go to Jeff Smith next, why do we always romanticize Africa? I mean, we always romanticize, and this is what was going on. You got people slaughtering other people for their religion and their tribal beliefs. As far back as 1045, no white people were there at that time. Europe was in turmoil, right? So they wasn't leaving. They hadn't even left their continent yet. You see what I mean? They didn't even start traveling to like 1300s and 1400s. They were going through hell. This was black folks doing it to other black folks. What is that? Why do we romanticize Africa? I mean, don't get me wrong. Go visit, have a good time, stay there if you want, stay up roots. But as long as there are human beings present in a certain place, human behavior is going to take place. Like there's going to be treachery, there's going to be tyranny, there's going to be people who want to be in charge. And for the most part, you're going to need money, power, resources, and an ability to defend yourself and to attack your enemies wherever you exist on this planet. That's what I. But why do we romanticize Africa so much? We all go ahead.
To some extent, I think Africa should be romanticized.
Mm-hmm.
But
look what was we act as though it was this Garden of Eden before the white man showed up. That was what I'm talking.
That's obviously not the case.
Right.
It may have been a Garden of Eden prior to some other group showing up, but now we're getting into BC territory. We're talking about the Hyksos. I mean, the fact of the matter is, when you go and see the pyramids in Egypt or the pyramids in Meroe in Sudan, you can't be in anything but awe of the power and splendor that we had achieved prior to these foreigners coming in to the African continent, and whether it was through invasions or through other forms of manipulation, causing, exploiting a lot of the strife. But we come from a land of plenty, right? All the animals in the world come from Africa. We're not from a land where there's scarcity. It's been made scarce, but prior to the involvement of these foreign entities, we have monuments that show just how great of a people we can be when left to our own devices. Now, that's thousands of years ago, unfortunately, and there's a lot of death and destruction and betrayal that has happened since then. But I think there's a legitimate reason to look to Africa as a spiritual mother that showcases the highlights of our achievements as a race.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to Luke Oliver. Thank you. I need you guys, if you appreciate this conversation, contribute to the super chat, contribute to the Cash App and the PayPal. This is how you show you appreciate this level of conversation and me moderating and keeping this going. I spent a lot of time on the internet lately. It's been 6 months and I've been doing about 2 shows a day because I feel like this is important. We could talk about George Floyd. We could talk about Derek Chauvin, but I don't really think that we really need to talk about that. I think we all understand what's going on. But what we don't understand is where we came from and a good understanding of who we were so that we'll know who we are, so that we'll know what we need to do to become better men. And I'm talking about better Black men. This show is geared. This platform is for Black men to have conversations with other Black men about issues that affect Black men to make us better men. And so by doing this, I'm definitely, I know that it's adding value to your life. The way you show your appreciation is you add value to me by $5, $10, $20, whatever. This is how you do that. That's what keeps this thing going. That allows me to justify it. Okay. But either way, thank you guys so much for the contribution. Shout out to the Grinch. He said, we smoking show. I tell you, critical thinking is in full effect. Yes, it is, man. And I think this is important. I think this is how do we get over here? Jeff Smith. Look, bro, it looked like we've been fighting with each other for about 1,000 years about whose rag is the best, whose religion. You know, I mean, like, it's like, at what point do we see? Here's the thing, and Oliver brought this up earlier. The Europeans said, look, they traversed the world, they traversed the globe and said, damn, we ain't got nobody else out here like us. We better stick together. What the hell is going on? We fighting each other. The French have been fighting the English for 500 years, and the Viking coming down, stabbing up people and stealing, you know, killing monks and stuff. It's like, we need to stop killing each other because everybody else around this world is black or brown. And so they came together. And they said, well, we're just going to come together and dominate. Even though we only represent, what, 5–10% of the world population, we're going to dominate the whole world under the system that we call it. We're going to say white is right, white supremacy, we're going to be supreme, hell with all them dark and brown people, and we're going to keep ourselves segregated, we're going to keep all the money. But I think, Jeff, and you tell me if I'm wrong, because I want you to tell me if I'm wrong, is it because there's so many of us? Is it because it's just so many, there's 2 billion Africans or black folks? We ain't never gonna come together. We gonna always find a reason to beef with each other. That's what it seems like. What are your thoughts on this, Jeff? Because I mean, it's like you come from the same tribe in the same area, but you see yourself as different than this person who you look in the mirror, y'all look just alike. And so you willing to say, well, you different than me, I'm gonna sell you to this white man, you're gonna be a slave over there in the other country. Well, talk to me about that, man.
Well, you know, I can't hit on every single point that I was thinking of, but you know, that's one of them. That I was thinking of is that first, before I forget, yeah, we had slaves, we was telling each other, but at the end of the day, nobody forced white people to be slave owners. And for two, they took it to a whole nother level, cutting brothers' nuts off.
But the Arabs did the same thing. The Arabs did the same thing, though, brother. The Arabs had eunuchs.
And then all the homosexual stuff they inflicted on black men with the buck breaking and raping black men. They took stuff to a whole nother level, dragging people.
Let me tell you something. You need to go to Saudi Arabia and see what they're doing over there. Honestly, if you dug into the 1,400 years of Arab slavery, you would say, man, I see where them white folk got it from.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so
you think they got it from the Arabs?
The European slave trade only lasted about what, 400 years, something like that, more or less. Yeah. The Arab slave trade predated that by 1,000 years, and it's still going on right now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? In the Arab language.
I can't. I'm in America.
Yeah.
And say Billy owe me money, and I go to confront Billy about the money he owe me, and he say, well, shoot, Tyrone owe Jesse 40,000, and you tripping on me about the 5,000 you owe. No, I'm coming. What happened in Saudi Arabia? They need to address that. We in America, when we ask for reparations, not ask, demand, and we're gonna get it. That's about what happened on this soil. See what I'm saying? So, you know, don't bring up that when I come for my 5,000. Don't say, well, Jesse owed Tyler 40,000. You mad at me about 5?
That's a good thing. Hey, you know what? You got a valid point, and you're right about that. I was just bringing that up to point out that they've been doing atrocious things to Africa. Yes, sir. You see what I mean?
And you know what? You said, you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Ghana and go to Africa, West Africa, because I really just wanted to look into the eyes of the descendants of the people that sold my people. I don't want to say nothing with them. I don't want to argue with them. I don't even want to know why I'm there. I just want to look at, because the eyes is the window to the soul. I want to see.
How is that going to make you feel? Go ahead.
Here's the thing. White people so on code, no matter how much money DennisSpurling got.
And I'm going to keep showing the world what black men can do. You tuned in to one of the best black men advocated podcasts on YouTube. Show some love for the one and only black professional. Keep it real. And be super mad.
You would tune in to Dennis podcast. Keep it moving, mama's favorite of the lovely ladies. All these YouTube men dressed for the occasion, even though he on the internet. Intellect beat you up in court and probably fist to fist. Been around the world, high value. Girl, you can't relate it. Been debated. Godfather endorsed, scared. Kevin said it. Independent black businessman. Yeah, he hood related. Probably wouldn't know a big bass. Appreciate it. Talk to me and I talk back. He can litigate it. Walk with me as we talk facts. He opinionated. Staying true. He not only talking, checking court dockets. Only YouTuber putting real money in my pockets. LA back to Houston, taking off. Some Houston Rockets, Big O in the middle. I'm Elijah Wan, let's get it poppin'. Championships, we want championships. Keep the manuscript, loyalty and brotherhood. Watch out who you're hanging with. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, y'all know what it is. DennisSpurling podcast. One of the realest. One of the realest in the game. Let's get to it. All my lovely ladies, y'all know what it is. Show some love. Yeah, hit that like button. Subscribe right now. On our way to 100,000. Let's get it. You would tune in to the one, if not the best, on these YouTube streets. We call him DennisSpurling. You sit back and hate watch, clocking everything he do and say, but you yelling DennisSpurling. Show some love, ain't enough going round for a black man putting it down. We talking DennisSpurling. Taking over 2025, ain't no lies. Pull up, tell all of your guys we watching DennisSpurling. You tune in to the one, if not the best, on these YouTube streets. We call him DennisSpurling. You sit back and hate watch, clocking everything he do and say, but you yelling DennisSpurling. Show some love, ain't enough going round for a black man putting it down. We talking DennisSpurling. Taking over 2025, ain't no lies. Pull up, tell all of your guys we watching DennisSpurling.
This is Uncle D, and as I always said this time, I'm out.
Almost to 10,000 followers. I want to say thank you to you guys. You know, God has something in store for me, and I'm going to continue to say yes.
Smooth operator. Come on, everybody. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.